Good morning, students. I am Professor Nitesh Sharma. Students, today I am teaching you microbes in medicine, antibiotics, vaccines, enzymes, and antigens. In this topic, we will study the application of microbes in the field of medicine, antibiotics, vaccines, enzymes, and antigens. So, students, this topic microbes in medicine, antibiotics, vaccines, enzymes, and antigens is included in the paper second genetics and biotechnology of BSc part second. Students, medical biotechnology is the use of living cells and cell materials to research and produce pharmaceutical and diagnostic products that help treat and prevent human diseases. The medical biotechnology field has helped bring to market microbial pesticides, insect resistant crops, and environmental cleanup techniques. Students, now we are going to study the use of microbes in medicine. There are 100,000 billion microbes on and in our bodies. That's 10 times more than our own body cells. Microbes are involved in processes like our metabolism and help keep us healthy by fighting off harmful intruders. For example, slowly but surely scientists are beginning to realize and discover how important microbes are in the existence and prevention of disease. New discoveries and applications hold promising opportunities for the future. Now, students, we are going to study the application of microbes in the field of antibiotics and vaccines. Vaccinations and antibiotics are classics in the medical world. Every year they save millions of lives around the world. Antibiotics are substances that kill certain bacteria or stop their growth. In nature, bacteria and fungi make antibiotics to eliminate their competitors. We use them now to protect ourselves, our pets, and other animals. Antibiotics don't help in the fight against viral infections. There are special antiviral medications, but these merely stop the growth of viruses. They don't eliminate viruses completely. When it comes to viruses, it's mostly a question of waiting out the infection. Most of them are not deadly, but we can activate our immune systems against viruses ahead of time with vaccinations. We introduce dead, weakened, or particles of a virus into our systems, usually through an injection. In reaction of this, our immune systems build up antibodies that usually protect us from a specific virus for years. So, students, production of antibiotics is a naturally occurring event that, thanks to advances in science, can now be replicated and improved upon in laboratory settings. Due to the discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming and the efforts of Flore and Chain in 1938, large scale pharmaceutical production of antibiotics has been made possible. As with the initial discovery of penicillin, most antibiotics have been discovered as a result of happenstance. Antibiotic production can be grouped into three methods: natural fermentation, semi synthetic, and synthetic. As more and more bacteria continue to develop resistance to currently produced antibiotics, research and development of new antibiotics continues to be important. In addition to research and development into the production of new antibiotics, repackaging delivery systems is important to improving efficacy of the antibiotics that are currently produced. Improvements to this field have seen the ability to add antibiotics directly into implanted devices, aerosolization of antibiotics for direct delivery, and combination of antibiotics with non-antibiotics to improve outcomes. The increase of antibiotic resistant strains of pathogenic bacteria has led to an increased urgency for the funding of research and development of antibiotics and a desire for production of new and better acting antibiotics. So, students, a vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of microbe. Its toxins or one of its surface proteins. The agent stimulates the body's immune system to recognize the agent as a threat, destroy it, and to further recognize and destroy any of the microorganisms associated with that agent that it may encounter in the future. Vaccines can be prophylactic to prevent or ameliorate the effects of a future infection by a natural or wild pathogen, or therapeutic to fight a disease that has already occurred, such as cancer. The administration of vaccines is called vaccination. Vaccination is the most effective method of preventing infectious diseases. Widespread immunity due to vaccination is largely responsible for the worldwide eradication of smallpox and the restriction of diseases such as polio, measles, and tetanus from much of the world. The effectiveness of vaccination has been widely studied and verified. For example, vaccines that have proven effective include the influenza vaccine, the HPV vaccine, and the chickenpox vaccine. The World Health Organization WHO reports that licensed vaccines are currently available for 25 different preventable infections. So, students, now we are going to study the applications of microbes in the field of enzymes. Industrial enzymes are enzymes that are commercially used in a variety of industries such as pharmaceutical, chemical production, biofuels, food and beverage, and consumer products. Due to advancements in recent years, biocatalysis through isolated enzymes is considered more economical than use of whole cells. Enzymes may be used as a unit operation within a process to generate a desired product or maybe the product of interest. Industrial biological catalysis through enzymes has experienced rapid growth in recent years due to their ability to operate at mild conditions and exceptional chiral and positional specificity, things that traditional chemical processes lack. Isolated enzymes are typically used in hydrolytic and isomerization reactions. Whole cells are typically used when a reaction requires a cofactor. Although cofactors may be generated in vitro, it is typically more cost effective to use metabolically active cells. The choice of a source of enzymes is an important step in the production of enzymes. It is common to examine the role of enzymes in nature and how they relate to the desired industrial process. Enzymes are most commonly sourced through bacteria, fungi, and yeast. Once the source of the enzyme is selected, genetic modifications may be performed to increase the expression of the gene responsible for producing the enzyme. Now, students, we are going to study the antigens. In immunology, an antigen is a molecule or molecular structure such as may be present on the outside of a pathogen that can be bound by an antigen specific antibody or B cell antigen receptor. The presence of antigens in the body normally triggers an immune response. The antigen abbreviation stands for an antibody generator. Antigens are targeted by antibodies. Each antibody is specifically produced by the immune system to match an antigen after cells in the immune system come into contact with it. This allows a precise identification or matching of the antigen and the initiation of an adaptive response. The antibody is said to match the antigen in the sense that it can be bind to it due to an adaptation in a antigen binding fragment of the antibody. In most cases, an adapted antibody can only react to the two and bind one specific antigen. In some instances, however, antibodies may cross react and bind more than one antigen. Antigens are proteins, peptides, amino acid chains, and polysaccharides, chains of monosaccharides, simple sugars. But lipids and nucleic acid become antigens only when combined with proteins and polysaccharides. The antigen may originate from within the body or from the external environment. The immune system identifies and attack non-self external antigens and usually does not react to self antigens due to negative selection of T cells in the thymus. Vaccines are examples of antigens in an immunogenic form which are intentionally administered to a recipient to induce the memory function of the adaptive immune system towards antigens of the pathogens invading that recipient. Vaccines for the seasonal flu virus is a common examples. So students, now you are able to understand the applications of microbes in the field of medicines. Thanks for your patience and thanks for listening.